Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video you join me on a lovely snowy day. Now in the UK we don't get days like this very often, and as you can see we've got a nice blanket of snow. The road out here is absolute sheet ice, so I'm going to be taking my life in my hands going out in the car. But I thought I'd talk about today how to really properly get your car de-iced, de-snowed, and get on the road out and about. So let's get into it. What I've done is I've started the car up, I've turned the heaters on full, we're heating the windscreen, we've got the rear defrosters on, and I just want to give the car a chance to warm up. We've got headlights on, which I think is one of the most important parts of driving in the snow. Now there's two options in terms of clearing the snow. We've got the fact that you can sit there with the heaters on and wait for the snow to melt and use the wipers to get rid of it, or you can manually do it. Now ideally you want to sit there with the heaters on and let the wipers do the work. It saves you getting cold, and there's less chance of you scratching the car, etc. with various implements that you're going to use. Now obviously one of the most important parts of driving in the snow and preparation for driving in the snow is getting that windscreen absolutely clear. As you can see here, we've got about, well, we actually had two dumps of snow. This is about 3 centimeters there, would you say? Yeah. And then it's then snowed after that's melted, so we've got probably 1 centimetre or so of powder. Now under this powder sits, well, because I've started the car up, it doesn't sit there anymore, and you can see actually the water melting away. Would usually sit a layer of ice, so once you've actually cleared off the snow using a broom or anything like that, you will have that layer of ice to contend with as well. But like I said, this method, as you can see, is sort of the most organic way of removing the snow. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're clearing the entire windscreen. I don't just mean doing a little hole in front of the driver's side here, so you can see out, because the windscreen is this size for a reason. You need to be able to see the whole lot, so you really do need to make sure that you are clearing the entire windscreen, and then also your side windows, and for rear visibility, your rear windows as well. Now I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there are ridges forming in the snow where the elements are, and this is the thicker ice that I was talking about, like that. This is stuck to the glass, but it's slowly coming unstuck, and as you can see it's melting off because of the heating elements there. So this is another bit I think that people forget, especially on saloon cars, because you get that low profile rear glass. You really need to be able to see out the back of your car. You can't just rely on the side mirrors. The rear mirror as well is a big important thing, so you want to get this cleared off as much as you can. Treat it just like the windscreen and you'll have no issues. Now whenever we snow, we get a lot of articles by publications such as the Daily Mail and things like that talking about the fact that you can be fined for having snow on your roof, and this is true. The legislation, it's a traffic law in the Road Traffic Act, is that the vehicle is potentially in a dangerous condition, because what you're doing is large chunks of snow and ice can come off in sheets, so this actually could all come off as one sheet if it's frozen in that way, fly off and smash the cars in the back. I mean, here we've got a little snowball here, and this is a solid bit of ice that could cause someone to swerve, or it could cause damage. It's just, yeah, it's something that a lot of people, especially because of the fact in the UK they're not used to it, it's a really important thing that you need to try and remove as much of the snow as you can. Now there's a bit of a complication when it comes to vans, of course, because vans, a lot of people can't reach them, but there have been known accidents that have killed people, which is why they make such a big deal of it. So you want to be clearing the roof. Oh, and actually another point on that, it might be that you have to brake and the sheet could completely cover your windscreen again. It's just one of those things that happens. So yeah, that is something you need to be aware of. Same with the bonnet as well. You want to be clearing the bonnet, because as you drive, the snow will shift up back onto your windscreen, and it's just from a safety point of view, visibility, the less snow on your car, the less likely you are to have your view obscured. Now I think the thing that is perhaps most important and is perhaps most overlooked is headlights. Now people don't drive with the headlights on, and I personally drive with my headlights on permanently, when it's not to be able to see, but it's to allow people to see you. Now if these headlights are covered in snow, then no one's going to be able to see you. The fact that this is halogens means that they produce heat, and eventually the snow will melt off of them. But in more modern cars such as this Mercedes here, the LED lights will not produce enough temperature to remove the snow, and you'll get completely snowed over, making the car almost invisible to the background, etc, etc. So it's a really important thing. You need to make sure that you're getting cleared off. Now in terms of driving in snow, not going to go really into that in the video, but you want to make sure that you have the appropriate tyres on the car that are sort of at least all seasons. You really don't want to be using summer or eco tyres in the snow. That's how accidents happen, and I think that's one of the biggest issues that the UK has, and why it grinds to a halt every time it does snow, is the fact that we don't have the right tyres on our vehicles. So yeah, let's get inside now. Now I have used sort of the organic way of doing it rather than scraping it all off, and see whether the wipers have got enough go in them to get rid of this. I'm not hopeful, but judging by the feel of this, it's all sort of breaking down. So let's just bash my shoes off before I get in. Oh. There we go. As you can actually see here, there's a layer of water underneath the snow. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let's give it a whirl. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? But like I said, guys, you really need to be making sure that this is clear as well, because this can slide in and obscure the windscreen. And all this snow that's now on here, when I'm driving and I've reached the speed limit, or I'm driving along, the wind is going to push this back up. So yeah, it's really important that you get it done. As you can see, I can't see anything out of the rear of the car, so again, that's something that you want to make sure is sorted. But I think most of all, we just need to just enjoy the snow. It's not something that happens very often. If you can afford to stay at home, it's going to be less risky to do that than go out driving. So yeah, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your methods for snow clearing, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.